Welcome, Gemini. This is your weekly focus for May the 6th through to the 12th, 2024. We had a card flip out. Thank you for being here. So, we're turning to the cards right away because, look at this, the Justice card came flying out. The Justice card is here to remind us to cut away what no longer matters, serves us, brings value to our life for our path forward. It asks us to make a commitment to ourselves, to obligate ourselves to a passion, a dream, a desire, a goal that we set. And then giving it the focus, the energy, the time, the resources necessary for it to becoming the success you can see it in your mind as in this moment. So we'll put that back in and give it just a fast shake again here. A fast shuffle, I guess. We won't just shake them. Shaking it really doesn't do too much. Let's see what the cards reveal for you this week. See if that card comes out again is what I was getting to. Okay, our underlying energy, the Seven of Wands. This is about becoming, I believe, comfortable within the crowd. That you don't feel like the outsider, but perhaps a leader. Or you're moving towards that. You feel a strength in your voice, a strength in your being. And I think this week you have opportunities to grow, some kind of stability, some kind of security, some kind of stronger self-worth, knowing that you are deserving. We have the Four of Pentacles. We hold on to certain things, and those certain things do not allow us to move forward. And I'm getting this more in emotion and feeling. I mean, she looks so strong, but she doesn't have much. Like, she doesn't have a full set of armor. She doesn't really have strong weapons. She has a wand, but so she's in the infantile stages of feeling the strength, of being able to stand in front of a crowd perhaps and give a speech for the first time. Even though her knees might be wobbling a little bit, nobody notices because she stands there with a confidence, with a strength. And so I think with this card too, is we have to let go of the things that don't allow our confidence to shine, our strength to shine. So, look back on your time and see, your path up till now and see where you didn't feel that sense of belonging, or you felt some sort of rejection, or you felt like an outsider, not really having a voice. Because these are the stumbling blocks. These are the things that are holding us back from standing up and feeling our self-expression, feeling the freedom, the liberation. And when we twirl around, what do we see but two angels guarding this giant gateway? A pinnacle, a path towards our prosperity, our abundance, our happiness, joy, and love. We have the Eight of Swords. Yeah, there's a change in perception with you. What you thought, you couldn't do or you couldn't step towards, you're getting this understanding now that you actually can. That maybe that life lesson really was just somebody's opinion being given to you, but you wanted to be accepted by that person or affiliations with that person, so you wanted to make them happy, and therefore you started moving. It's a defense mechanism, what we do. We were taking care of ourselves. We found out, we shouldn't do that, or, we won't go into crowds because nobody notices me anyways. I don't really have an impact. I'll be more of the loner. I'll pull myself out of things rather than put myself into places. Or when I'm in places like that, I know I'm not going to be the star attention or everybody's around me. Probably nobody will even notice that I was there. And we kind of have this inner work that needs to be done, I believe, with this card, to allow those old tape recordings to be erased and you putting new things in there. So our perceptions definitely change on where we can go forward, how we can go forward where we can step where we thought we couldn't step before. Something was holding us back, something limiting us. We were holding on to it. It was a belief of ours, but only because we haven't taken the time to become aware of it. We have been on an autopilot. We don't even discuss whether or not we're going in a crowd anymore with ourselves. We just automatically know it's not for us. We have the Three of Swords. Yeah, it really has a lot to do. This is a very healing week for you. So take advantage of it. Where you felt like you had that sword plunged through your heart. Maybe maybe somebody dampened your self-expression. You were doing this painting and you felt, it was just, to you, it was a masterpiece. And somebody said, "What is that?" And just kind of tore it right down. And so you didn't want to show that side of yourself ever again. You closed off on it. But it was just their opinion. It wasn't a truth to live your life by. It's time to remove that sword to allow the healing. So introspection, meditation, all things like that will be very good for you this week. We have the Five of Pentacles. Yeah, the Five of Pentacles. I get this almost as, we're holding on to old thought patterns. We're holding on to old behaviors. And it's not allowing us to feel the freedom, feel the self-expression, twirl around. That's when we see how close we are to the door of abundance. That we actually can step through that door. We can step into prosperity and love and joy. But I think there's work to be done here, and it's really introspection. It's really looking within. It's about, digging up those buried fears or doubts that you have about yourself, and walk now with the strength, after you go through this, with the strength towards your truest of passions. It's a potent time for revelations here by the looks of things. We also have the Ten of Cups. So yes, our happily ever after. Our best life ever. Keep that as the image that you are walking towards. Don't look away when you see what is limiting you. Don't look away when you see the conflict. Don't look away when you see the challenge. And chances are you'll have to go within. You'll have to tap into your intuition, or maybe it's your higher self. Set some strong intentions for personal growth. Plant some seeds to prioritize you, your well-being, your strength, your voice. Feeling comfortable in your own skin. Knowing that people are not going to reject you. Knowing that you do belong. Queen of Wands, enthusiasm. Gain some enthusiasm. Step into a passion. Let that take you away. Just step outside of yourself and allow your self-expression to just flow. Pull out that old paint set. Or bake those cookies, or stand up and do a speech, or whatever you feel that you shouldn't, or you couldn't, or you mustn't, or you couldn't step into something prior in your life, but you really felt like when you were doing that, you were alive, that time stood still, and get an enthusiasm for it again. Allow some momentum to be created around that. Allow your creativity to flow. Allow yourself to infuse the passion, and then allow yourself to step into the passion. And we have the Chariot. So we don't want to go too quickly. We want to pull it back. But I don't get a sense that we're really looking at the obstacles in our path as much as we are looking at how we stop ourselves. We want clarity. We want understanding. I do believe that meditation, inner work, even going for a stroll through a forest or along a shoreline, and having that conversation seemingly with yourself. But this is when you're tapping into your gut. This is when you're tapping into your intuition. This is when you are tapping into your higher self, God, your angels, the universe, and understanding where you constantly hit this fog where you can't see forward, and so you turn around and go away, where you stop, where you kind of have that, all of a sudden there's a limitation, or there's this challenge that you just look at these things. You do some inner work. I think you're going to have some great revelations, and really, you step into a very strong person going forward, because you've moved past something that really held an essence of you back, the core perhaps of you back. Work and career, King of Swords. I think that you're going to be powerhousing. Okay, you've got some goals, you've got some drive in where you want to go, what you want to accomplish when it comes to work, when it comes to career. You see a path forward, or maybe you just see the destination and you have to use that sword to create the path. That could be. Anybody who disagrees with you or gets in your way, you will use that sword. Any situation that shows up, any kind of blockage, any kind of limitation, this card is saying you will challenge it, you will go through it, you will not stop until you reach your happily ever after. When we're looking at our relationships this week, the Eight of Cups. Sometimes stepping into a commitment with another person, it scares us, because we also have to step away from some things we already love in our life. We have to maybe change our priority. Maybe you got together with the girls 3 times a week, and now it might only be 1 time a week, because you've got, or maybe with guys. I just know more women watch me than men, but I shouldn't exclude the men here, because it goes for you as well. Okay, so now you can't spend the time with your close friends because you have started a relationship, or you want to grow this relationship. You want to strengthen this relationship. You want to increase the bonds in this relationship. So this could be where you're moving in together, or it's starting to get a little serious, or you're spending a lot of time together, and so other things have to be pushed out of the way in order to have that to happen. And so we have to let go of some of the things that have given us comfort, security along the way, in order to open the door for that relationship to grow much deeper. And you may say, well, I've been married 34 years now, and the kids are kind of on their own and doing their thing, and so there's not a lot of that, Tilly. And I say, well, I think you're wrong. I think that we need to shake the tree here a little bit. We need to see what's out there that we will love, we will enjoy. Because that security could be a very false sense of security. We want to step into the possibility of romance and desire and passion and sensuality, and so we have to create the environment for that to happen. And so we have to let go of some other stuff in our life. It could be where, now that the kids are out of the house and you're on your own, you give your time to an organization in the community, and maybe that's where you need to pull back to put it back into the relationship again. Even if it's been, you had the honeymoon year, and now, here we are. And so you're looking outside of the relationship to find the happiness and the joy. And I think that the happiness is actually in the relationship, but it's what you are creating the relationship to be, what you are manifesting the relationship to be. And we have the Four of Swords. Many times around new moons and full moons, and we're having a new moon this week, we may be tired. Okay, so don't beat yourself up if you just need to recharge your batteries. Okay, take a little bit of a break, find yourself in solitude. Use that solitude wisely and have those conversations with yourself. Okay, so that you can step into your truest of passions. that you can have breaking ground in maybe your current goals or dreaming of brand new goals. We see the light coming through the window, so we know that when we get up, when we are rested, that sun is waiting for us. All we need to do is open the door and walk through, and we will be hit with a vitality, with a strength, with a courage, because we took the time to take care of us first. Until we meet again, remember, I do love you.